Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Google Antigravity IDE on your Mac operating system. So Google Antigravity IDE is an fork of Visual Studio Code, but it's an AI agent IDE. So in every step you will get the help of either AI agent, or you will be able to review your code using the AI agent. So let's see how we can install it. So go to your favorite browser and search for Google Antigravity, and the first link which will appear here will be from antigravity.google. So we are going to click on this link, and straight away on the top you can see this download button, and also on the home page you will be able to see this download button. So I'm going to click on this download button, and here for macOS you have two options. So generally the modern or newer Mac operating system comes with Apple Silicon chip. So we are going to click on this first option, which is for the Apple Silicon chip. And once I click on this option, it's going to start the download of this antigravity.dmg file. So once this DMG file is downloaded, we are going to click on this DMG file, and let me minimize the browser. So the installation process is straightforward and is similar to any other application which you install on your Mac operating system. You just need to drag this icon to the applications folder. So just press on the command key if you are using the trackpad and your MacBook's keyboard. So press command key and drag and drop this icon to your applications folder. And once this anti-gravity IDE file is copied to the applications folder, we will be ready to start the anti-gravity IDE. So once this is copied, we can close this window, and I'm going to just eject this anti-gravity mount. And once that is done, we can click on the apps logo here, and you will be able to see the anti-gravity icon here. So I'm going to just click on anti-gravity icon, and first of all, when anti-gravity starts, your Mac operating system is going to show you this kind of warning which says anti-gravity is an app downloaded from internet. Are you sure you want to open it? We trust this app, so we are going to click on open here, and then it's going to start the anti-gravity setup on your Mac operating system. So this is the first welcome window, so we just need to click on next here, and then you can choose if you want to import some settings from Visual Studio Code or Cursor. So as I mentioned, Anti-Gravity IDE is the fork of Visual Studio Code. So if you have any Visual Studio Code installation or the tools which are related to Visual Studio Code, for example, Cursor is also a fork of Visual Studio Code. It's going to ask you if you want to import any settings from there. If you don't want to import any settings, you can click on the Start Fresh button, and that is what I'm going to select. So I'm going to leave it Start Fresh and then click on Next here. And then this is the theme which you can choose. I'm going to leave it as dark and then click on Next. Then you have how do you want to use anti-gravity. So you have the strict mode with the highest guarantees against the possibility of vulnerabilities. We are just the developers, so we want to be able to write our request and want to be able to review them before accepting or rejecting them. So the recommended option is this one, which is review driven development, which will work for most of the developer in my opinion. So I will leave it as review driven development. But if you are sure that Google Antigravity can take charge in every stage and it doesn't need to ask you, then you can also go with agent driven development or custom configuration. For now, I'm going to use review driven development and then click on next here. And then you can choose the configuration for your anti-gravity editor. So you can choose the key binding. I'm going to leave it as normal, and also extensions. I'm going to also leave it as recommended, and the command line I'm going to also leave it as default. So here I'm going to click on next, and then because anti-gravity is going to use agents like Gemini or other AI agent tools, you need to have the Google account to access those tools. So I'm going to sign in with my Google account. So once I signed in with my Google account, I will be redirected to the next page. And here I just need to agree with the terms of use. So if you agree, just leave it as default and then click on next here. And now my anti-gravity IDE has been started. So let me just minimize this and make it bigger. And in the first look, if you observe, it will almost look like Visual Studio Code. So it has the Explorer section, search section, source control or run or debug, and it also have the extensions tab from where you can install many extensions. On the right hand side, you have this agent mode. So here you will be able to see different models. You will be able to select many different models. You can see those are the models which are available. And then you have two modes, planning or the fast mode. So planning mode is going to think and plan more. And if you want the faster response, then you can choose the faster option here. Also, you can open the new folder from here or open the agent manager or clone any repositories from here. So let me open any folder. So I'm going to click on open folder and I'm going to go to my documents folder where I have let's say this Node.js demo. So I'm going to click on Node demo and then click on open here, which is going to open this folder in Google Antigravity. So let's say I want to create a very simple app which is going to perform some CRUD operations using Node.js and Express. And I want to be able to create some kind of endpoints, and I want to be able to run that on my Mac operating system. So here in the prompt section, I'm going to just paste such prompt, and this prompt is giving instructions to this Gemini AI agent what kind of requirements I have for my project. So you can see role is the senior backend developer, and I want to create a Node.js CRUD application using Express.js, and I want to implement the full CRUD operations like create, read, update, and delete. And then I have defined what kind of architecture I want, and also I have defined what kind of models I have and what kind of endpoints I want to implement. So all the requirements I have given here, and I'm going to just press on the send button, which is going to take those instructions and it's going to start the work. And I can already see it's just analyzing my requirements and my projects, and then it's going to create the to-do list for my project. So this is the to-do list. What are the tasks which needs to be implemented? So first the project setup, then database connection, then use the models, and then use controllers, and then use routes, and so on, right? You also have the implementation plan, right? So this was the tasks, and then it will also create the implementation plan. So what is my goal and what kind of project structure it will be, and what schema definition I want. Everything is written in the implementation plan. So if I agree with that plan, I'm going to just click on proceed. You can see because we have chosen review based development, at every stage anti-gravity is going to ask us if we want to proceed with that plan. So we are good to go with that plan. So I'm going to click on proceed, and Anti-Gravity IDE is now going to work on that implementation plan, and it's going to finish working on those files. So it's going to create all the files and create all the dependencies which are required to fulfill this task. So I don't need to do anything. I am just working as a reviewer of this project, right? So at every step, it's going to ask me if I want to run this command. I'm going to just press run, which is going to run this command. And then once again, it's asking me if I can create these folders. I'm going to just press on run once again, which is going to create those directories. And once again, it's going to move forward, right? So you can see all these files are being generated here, like db.js or user.js, and all the controllers and routers and server.js files are being created. Also, I can see .env file is being created now. Let me also refresh this, and you can see all these files are being created. And then I also have this source folder. Inside this source folder, I have all these files and folders related to my project. And after creating this project, it's going to verify the application. You can see it's working on the verification step right now. And now you can see it's want to start the app to test it. So I'm going to just click on run button, and it's going to start the server in the background, and it's going to verify that everything is working fine. And then I'm going to press on run once again, and it has detected some problem with JSON parsing, so it's going to fix that problem. So you can see diagnosing the JSON output, and after a few seconds I can see that my project has been completed, and now I can review all those files and accept or reject those changes, right? So when I go to the db.js file, you can see at every stage I have this accept or reject button. So I can review those code changes, and once I'm happy, I can press on the accept button. To start with, all the changes looks good to me, so I'm going to press accept all, and all the changes are accepted now. Now here, if you see these three options, first is for change overview option, which we have already seen. So Antigravity has given us all the files which we could accept or reject. Then you also have the terminal option. So Antigravity, using this AI agent, runs the command in this terminal. Right now there is no background processes which are running. And then you also have the artifact section. So artifact section is something like what we have seen. So it has the implementation plan, or what was the task this AI agent which it has interpreted. And you can see now checkbox is added to all the tasks, right? You also have the walkthrough, so you can see what it has done. So changes created, file structure is like this, and then key features, and then verification step was done. And then in the next step, we can add the JWT implementation, or we can add the unit test or deploy our project in the cloud, for example in Heroku or Render or AWS, right? So these are the next step it's suggesting us. So you can see how easy it is to create simple projects using this kind of AI enabled IDE. And at the every stage of your development journey, you get help from the AI agent. So that's it for this video. This is how you can install and set up Google Antigravity IDE on your Mac operating system. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.